Mr. President, on the morning of October the 1st, a cargo ship, a container ship, almost 900 feet long, called the Faro, was carrying 33 men and women, and it sent on that fateful day its final communication reporting that the engines were disabled. This left the ship drifting with no power with an oncoming Category 3 hurricane. Despite search and rescue attempts by the Coast Guard, the Faro and her crew, we didn't hear from them again. 1 month later, the National Transportation Safety Board, working with the U.S. Navy, has found the sunken Faro at the bottom of the ocean in waters that are 15,000 feet deep. At nearly the same time, the ship's owner, TOTE Maritime, began its attempt to limit the company's liability for this tragedy. News reports have indicated that the company filed a complaint last week stating that the company did everything in its power to make the ship safe and that the company ought to be exonerated from any and all claims for all damages. Well, this is clearly hasty decision-making. It clearly is a matter of concern to me because most of these mariners were from my state of Florida. Their families are grieving and hoping for any answers as to what happened to their loved ones. Well, right now we don't have all of those answers. The NTSB only just found the ship with the help of the U.S. Navy. And yet, somehow, the company is able to definitely declare that they weren't at fault and that they bear no responsibility for the loss. It seems that this is an attempt to limit any liability of the company. And so this is a time that we need reflection on figuring out what happened to the Faro, for finding the ship's recorder, which the U.S. Navy is now in the process of trying to find. And then once you have that black box, then piecing together the last minutes before the ship sank. So instead of being split apart, it's a time to come together as a community and support those who have been so tragically impacted. I have some leadership responsibility, Mr. President, on the Commerce Committee that has jurisdiction over maritime matters. And it is my intention to see that there is a thorough and honest investigation and to try to find answers for the families and to find answers so that we could prevent a tragedy like this from happening again. That's where we should be focused. Mr. President, I yield the floor.